my Infinia card, is it becoming worthless? Is something that I'm deliberating on right now. And I've started preparing for alternatives as well. Let me just give you a quick surprise. Can you see this? I don't think you can see it. Let me just come closer to the camera and show it to you. I have the Burgundy debit card, which means that I have opened my Axis Burgundy account and I am seriously reconsidering all my options in the world of credit cards. So today I am going to tell you, does it make sense to keep Infinia anymore after the devaluations that we have seen so far? And what am I planning? That's also something that we really need to start thinking about. So that's what we are going to talk about today. It's going to be all about Infinia, what has changed and how I'm planning to use my Infinia going forward and why did I get the Burgundy card. We are going to talk a lot about Burgundy in the future videos, so don't forget to subscribe. Alright folks, welcome to the channel. My name is Niraj and I manage more than 275 crores at Holistic Wealth where I'm a partner. We help families like yours manage their wealth, insurances, taxes, credit cards, everything under one roof. So if you're interested, don't forget to reach out to us. So in my opinion, the Infinia card will still hold a very fair place in my wallet. Okay. Definitely, see, after getting the HSBC Premier, that card replaces my Infinia card for my day-to-day transactions simply because I am getting almost 6% on the HSBC Premier if I transfer it to Accor. And guys, I am actually transferring my points to Accor. When I got the sign-up bonus, I immediately transferred those to Accor. I have almost 100,000 points sitting in my Accor account. So for me, HSBC means Accor as of today. So now, why Infinia then? Why should I keep Infinia after the fact that they've also put in a yearly spend requirement of 18 lakh rupees? Now, the challenge for me is that I'm not sure if I'll be able to spend 18 lakh rupees in a year on that. But here is my strategy, what kind of spends I'm going to put on Infinia, and then we'll see at the end of the financial year if we are able to hit the 18 lakh rupees of spends required. Number one is going to be insurance payments. So all my insurance payments will go on the Infinia card simply because HSBC Premier 1 lakh cap is going to be used for tax payments and not for insurance payments. My American Express Platinum travel cards are also going to be used for tax payments and nothing else. So that leaves me with Infinia as an only fair option for my insurance payments. Next is gold purchases. So as you guys know, again, Axis cards do not cover gold at all. HSBC Premier has that 1 lakh rupees cap on gold purchases. American Express cards are parked for tax payments. Then once again, Infinia stands out here primarily for gold purchases, be it jewelry or physical gold. Whatever you want to buy, you will get flat 3.3% on that, which is, to be very honest, very reasonable as far as gold purchases are concerned. And sure, if you are a Tanishq user, right, if you buy your gold through Tanishq, then the Tata Neu card would be better compared to the Infinia card. But if I have to keep Infinia, I will let go of that 1.7% and probably move my spends from the Tata Neu card to the Infinia card, because who knows, later Infinia gets better, because this is still the top tier card of HDFC. Don't underestimate them. Let's not say that, okay, this card is going to the dumps, okay? So the whole point is that once you've acquired a good card, don't let go of it. That's my whole strategy. I will try to plan my spends in a way wherein I am able to retain my premium cards, even if it means letting go of 1 to 2% of rewards on the cards or not using the non-premium cards that I have, right? So the strategy is very simple and I hope you're able to make sense of it. And you guys already know that I am a fan of the SmartBuy redemptions as far as Tanishq vouchers are concerned. That's what I continue to do. So we'll buy our gold on the Infinia card and also redeem vouchers with the points that we earn so that we can buy jewelry from Tanishq. Okay, what's next? What's next? This is something very interesting that I did recently. They put a cap of 3,000 points per month on voucher purchases, so which is like approximately 22 to 25,000 rupees of voucher purchases. I will blow that up on Amazon Pay voucher, Amazon Shopping voucher. Sure, Amazon Pay is not available in this month, but that's okay, it will come back. Then you have your Swiggy, Zomato, Blinkit, these vouchers, right? So I'll probably spend this quota there. That's fine. That's totally okay. Not a big deal. However, SmartBuy ticket are still open, right? So if you're buying your SmartBuy tickets, then you will continue to get your 5x points. Okay, you don't want to earn 5x points because you have the HSBC travel one or the HSBC Premier and you want to use HSBC Hopper. Totally okay. Or in my case, once the Burgundy card comes in, I'll probably be using the Axis Travel Edge platform. So that's also okay, right? We have to decide that when do we use SmartBuy to book our tickets. So for example, I'm traveling to Japan later this year and we had to book 6 business class tickets, and one of the tickets I couldn't find any availability for points and miles redemption, but the ticket was fairly cheap in revenue. So what I did is I used my business black points and redeemed them for the ticket. I had to pay 1.5 lakh rupees in total. 75,000 points came from business black, and the balance payment was not put on business black card. It was put on the Infinia card, because there is a higher limit of 15,000 points in a month. So SmartBuy, right? So there I used it like that. So if you are not going to spend on revenue and want to redeem your points, you will still be getting 5x points on the balance 30% that you earn, right? So even if you don't have business black, that's fine, right? You will still continue to earn your points on Infinia, and those points can be burnt on SmartBuy. You can still get 5x on the balance 30% that you pay. So this is still a no-brainer in my view. All in all, I am going to see how can I retain my Infinia, and most likely I think I will be able to retain it. We will see at the end of the year how much is the shortfall and if we can put any expenses on it and maybe make some advance premium payments or things like that, right? We'll see. And hopefully HDFC also comes up with tons of changes over the period so that we don't really have to let go of the Infinia card. Okay, so FY27, I'm definitely keeping the Infinia card. FY28, we will see. You tell me if you agree with this thought process, if you have these kind of spends which you can make on the Infinia card so that your card can be retained, right? Or are you planning to put in 50 lakh rupees with HDFC to meet that TRV requirement? I am not going to do that ever. Yes, you will now say that, boss, you're doing it with Burgundy. Burgundy also, I have a plan, we have a strategy. We will talk about it in the future videos. So please hit that bell icon and subscribe to the channel. Burgundy has a recent role to play and we will talk about it. I have not gotten the card yet. There is still a couple of months for me to get the card. I will share all those details in the future videos. So stay tuned and don't forget to follow my new Twitter page wherein we are going to share everything from the world of cards and miles. So don't forget to follow us there. Thank you for watching and stay tuned as always. Keep asking your questions and keep educating me as well. Thank you.